I am not a historian, but neither are you. So, how about we the people learn this stuff together? Welcome to US 101. No, I'm not being juvenile. There's a reason for that today. How you holding up, America? You guys doing okay? Huh? You doing all right? No, calm down a little bit. I know it was pretty insane this past weekend, right? I mean, after what felt like a really long time, there was finally the inauguration of Donald Trump, followed by a bunch of protests on the same day as Trump's inauguration, followed by the massive women's marches all across the United States. The emotions were running a little bit high this weekend. So for this, our 10th episode of US 101, I kind of just want to keep it light today. Just keep it light and airy with a little bit of historical levity. Thanks to one of our founding fathers, one that I've only briefly mentioned on this series, Benjamin Franklin. Franklin, as you know, is a prominent figure in American history, okay? I mean, he's one of the founding fathers. He signed the Declaration of Independence, was an ambassador to France during the Revolutionary War. He was an inventor. He wrote Poor Richard's Almanac. He discovered electricity with the help of a kite and a small mouse, according to this Disney cartoon. And, of course, he appears on the $100 bill. But for today's episode, I want to focus on an aspect of Franklin that not many people may be too familiar with. You see, Ben Franklin was a farting enthusiast. Or so he would appear, according to an essay that he wrote in 1781 titled A Letter to the Royal Academy, which has now become known as To the Royal Academy of Farting, or more simply, Fart Proudly. See, Franklin jokingly wrote this essay as a response to a call for scientific papers from the Royal Academy of Brussels. Now, while he never formally submitted this essay, although that would have been hilarious if he did copy it and give it out to friends to show his more bawdy side. So with your kind permission, my fellow Americans, I would now like to read to you a few select passages from this essay with the help of a classical music bed and the occasional fart sound effect. Maestro? Sounds in tune to me. Let's go. It is universally well known that in digesting our common food, there is created or produced in the bowels of human creatures a great quantity of wind. That the permitting this air to escape and mix with the atmosphere is usually offensive to the company from the fetid smell that accompanies it. Were it not for the odiously offensive smell accompanying such escapes, polite people would probably be under no more restraint in discharging such wind in company than they are in spitting or in blowing their noses. My prize question therefore should be to discover some drug wholesome and not disagreeable to be mixed with our common food or sauces that shall render the natural discharges of wind from our bodies not only inoffensive, but agreeable as perfumes. So now that Ben has suggested what he would like to actually go about discovering, from a scientific perspective of course, he now suggests ways that farts can become acceptable in public and how to make them smell quite pleasant. As a little quicklime thrown into a Jake's will correct the amazing quantity of fetid air arising from the vast mass of putrid matter contained in such places, who knows but that a little powder of lime or some other thing equivalent taken in our food, or perhaps a glass of lime water drank at dinner, may have the same effect on the air produced in and issuing from our bowels. Also really quick, when Franklin says quicklime into a Jake's is another term for an outhouse, and quicklime is a chemical component that would be thrown into the outhouses to mask the smell of, everything that sits in an outhouse. The pleasure arising to a few philosophers from seeing a few times in their life the threads of light untwisted and separated by the Newtonian prism into 7 colors, can it be compared with the ease and comfort every man living must feel 7 times a day by discharging freely the wind from his bowels? Never have I heard anyone speak more eloquently of farts than Benjamin Franklin. If it weren't for the fact that I would be tearing up due to the smell emitting from a fart, those words alone would bring me to bawl out loud. Finally, Franklin ends the essay with a pun that outwardly you would probably roll your eyes at, but inwardly you'd be like, that was a good one. I should have thought of that one. God damn you, Ben. And I cannot but conclude that in comparison therewith, for universal and continual utility, the science of the philosophers above mentioned, even with the addition, gentlemen, of your figure quelconque and the figures inscribed in it, are altogether scarcely worth a, wait for it, farting. Farthing. Farting. Oh, Classic. So listen, guys, regardless of what happens over the next 4 years, whether you're pro-Trump or anti-Trump, whether you're out in the street marching for causes you believe in, or you think that those people are just a bunch of snowflakes and crybabies, remember that we are all Americans, and we all fart. So fart proudly, America. Fart proudly. And that's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. If you've subscribed to this channel, thank you for your support. Hopefully, for those of you that are brand new, you'll subscribe to the channel as well. Be sure to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/USAHistory101. You can visit it by clicking the link down below in the description box. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday for another episode of US 101. Until then, we are all done. I'm going to go that way. Take care, and remember, fart proudly. Oh, I'm going to need some... That was a shart. That was a... Baby, get the toilet paper!